Down here, folks, opens things up tremendously. Burlington's come out with a lot of emotion. You'd never know they're having the season they are. You know, I mean, it's been a rough go so far, but tonight is absolutely no witness of that, Dan.
Nonetheless, though, you know, by looking at the Woburn Tanners effort tonight, you understand why they're having the season that they are.
Good point. Good point. And that's certainly no knock to Coach Nelson or anybody over there.
Absolutely not. There's a high level of respect in Burlington, the job that they've done, but right now their players are just not performing. First down and 10 at the 45. Burnaby goes in motion to the left. Here's a fake inside handoff on a delay by Contreras. He breaks one tackle of ball, steps inside, drives down about the 43-yard line, still trying to wiggle forward. As number 27, Matt O'Connor, comes over and tries to leave him a little boot there.
Well, I'll tell you, a nice job in terms of slipping away. But one of the big things, too, is that that one Woburn guy had him and he didn't break down. He left his feet and he slid right by him. So
let's call it a 2-yard gain on first down. It'll be second down and 8. At stake on the far sideline. Not too generous to the Red Devils right now.
2 minutes to go.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. John Driscoll dead on. I mean, that clock stopped at 2 minutes when the referee blew the whistle, and Driscoll right on target. We call him Dead-Eye Driscoll. Of course, he ran his classroom the same way. For those of you who had Driscoll, we're talking about how many years he's been teaching.
Intro to law, Dan. Intro to law.
Oh, you didn't have him as an 8th grade social studies teacher back at the Francis Wyman Middle School.
It's getting scary.
You don't even know what the Francis Wyman Middle School is.
This is like the Good Old Boys Network. I'm getting scared.
When Paul Straddy was hanging around Burlington, the center school was the high school. Anyway, second down about, well, we have 9 on the scoreboard. I think it's about 7.5 from the 42.5-yard line of the Tanners. Evanian looking it over, calling signals. Burnaby starts in motion once again. Inside handoff, Lawrence piles off a few people. He drags Levine for about 6 yards and gets inside the 30 for a first down.
Outstanding effort by Kyle. He just would not go down on that run, and on his own effort picked up the first down.
I'll tell you, I would look here. Sean's going to recognize this. They're going to go. This safety in the middle of the field is
very aggressive on the run.
Too aggressive. I mean, which is going to hurt, which we just saw right there. I'm interested to see what they do here in terms of throwing the ball.
First and 10 now. Here's the inside handoff once again at Contreras. He busts it outside, dives forward, gets inside the 25 to the 24, getting 5 on first down. Where number 7 for the Tanners, Mark Wiseman, makes the stop.
I'll tell you, that was a definite setup play. Here's where they're going to take the shot.
Something's coming. The quarterback's brains are thinking of life. The clock is running. We'll be doing about 1 minute left in the half when the ball is snapped. Chen goes to the left, Stebbins to the right. Again, they're in that airplane formation.
Sean gave him some very specific instructions, too. I'll be interested to see what they do here, Dan.
Burnaby and Contreras to the wings. Single setback is Lawrence. Second down and 5. Contreras starts in motion. Here's the inside handoff fake. Contreras stops, looks, throws the ball in the option, up for grabs. It stays! Oh, and he's brought down incomplete. May have been some interference on the play. Maybe we can get this one back from our audio playback technician, Nick Pugliese, today. Number 10, Derek Macananti, broke it up, and the ball was up for grabs. It didn't quite develop the way they wanted to, as Contreras didn't have enough time to throw the ball.
Well, great job by the Woburn defensive end. He knows he's probably been coached that on option. He's coming up. He's got the pitch man and was very aggressive. Made a nice job. Pat Lilly came in and made a great play. So credit to just a nice play by the Tanners defense.
So on third down and 5, Stebbins goes to the right. Single setback is Lawrence. Here's the inside handoff to Contreras. Now Lilly grabs him again this time, breaks one tackle and gets down to about the 21-yard line, where it will be third down and 1. The clock is rolling and Burlington quickly calls timeout. Here's the play now. No, McInerney just made a great defensive play. You saw the tail end of that there, and I thought he may have interfered with it.
Jumbo.
That's a guy I've been picking on.
No, number 11 was the safety Wall, who keeps cheating up as a strong safety. So there's a timeout in the field. Burlington huddled in front of Coach Sean McGuire. they're trying to line the chain up, the stake up on the far side of the field. Way over there, it looks like 4th down and a long one. And the ball has to go just inside the 20-yard line.
I think Burlington has one timeout, Danny, so I would think that they would try to pick up a quick first down here.
Of course, the clock will stop when just to set the chains. So, Burlington's calling 2 plays here.
Big thing, too. No, well, I mean, I would say I'd be interested to see if they're going to go for the field goal or not because, 3 things, offense, defense, and the kicking game. And Burlington certainly, I would say, has the advantage because of Kevin Vina. I would say that the call would be to go for the field goal here, Dan.
Well, nonetheless, Vina in practice has hit from about 43 yards. With a ball rest right now.
Well, I'm wrong.
Maybe not. McGee's in the game. With a ball rest now, it's at 21. Add 7, it'd be a 38-yard field goal attempt. McGee is in the game. He's probably there for blocking purposes. They're going to be in that house formation. Number 61, Pete Mohan's the up back. Wishbone formation on 4th down and 1.
Unbalanced to the right, too, Dan. Unbalanced right.
You know where they're going. Yavanian looks it over, turns, gives to Contreras. He's second effort. Bounces off 1, bounces off 2, still on his feet, but he's not going to make it.
Good play. Excellent job.
Number 70, Steve Kolotko, was first in the backfield from the weak side for the Tanners, and Kolotko has made a couple of big stops for Woburn.
Well, certainly, I mean, in terms of the thought there, I would say the way, you have a team down, it's worth taking a shot, I guess. You have a team down potentially for the first win of the season, too, so try to get as many points as possible. So not a bad call. It's certainly worth going for it. 38-yard
field goal, a little bit out of Kevin Vina's normal make-it range. Of course, if this is a one-point game, he might be drilling it through the uprights as we speak. But nonetheless, Woburn comes out now. They're going to be in that power I formation with Matarese to beat back. Quickly, timeout is called. Sarah Twist directing the truck. They're saying, I don't know what's going on. Quite frankly, we don't either, but now we do. Burlington has called timeout. I want to make mention of our staff tonight. They have rearranged their lives, of course, the last 2 days with the rain on Saturday. And then, of course, having to reschedule on Sunday. Sarah Twist is directing. Her camera crew tonight is Mike O'Regan, Sue Linder, Keith Butler, and Corey McNeil down the field. Corey recovering from appendicitis. Keith Butler recovering from chicken pox. Shows the effort that they're putting out tonight. Nick Pugliese is in the truck. Dick Linder, of course, is here engineering the whole thing. And our producer of Red Devil Football is Rich Fucareel.
I'll tell you one thing Burlington will do here. They're going to drop off defensive backs probably to 15 to 17 yards. I mean, the biggest thing now you want to be concerned about is not to get beat deep. Anything underneath can happen, which is fine in terms of passes. And that's what they're doing right now. There's 21 seconds left. You need to score.
One other thing, though. The ball is still in good position for Burlington. If they do pick it off, they're in the Woburn half of the field. Nonetheless, power I formation. Stebbins is 30 yards off the ball. Reardon's calling signals with 21 seconds left on first down. Hands to Matarese. Matarese steps inside and gets rolled over there by number 61, Pete Mohan. Gains 3 on the play at second down and 7. Now, Paul, Rocky Nelson knows he's getting the ball back in the second half of play, so he may be sitting on it here.
Yeah. Exactly. He doesn't want to take a chance right now. Everything that's gone wrong for Woburn, I think they're just going to the locker room, regroup, and come out for the second half.
Well, nonetheless, Stephen, you're dying to say something. I can just tell.
Big concern, 16 to nothing. You need to come out in the second half like it's 0-0 because I'll quote the Boston Latin game from Friday, Dan. They were up 12 to nothing at halftime and lost 33 to 12.
They were down. Were they down playing BC High?
Yes.
They were down
12 to nothing and came back and won 33 to 12.
Absolutely.
And the coach of the losing team afterwards said, we told the kids this can happen, this can happen. They need to now come out with the philosophy at 0-0. We need to continue to do what we've been doing, pound away. And I'll tell you, like we talked about, Burlington had has controlled the clock, but Burlington philosophy-wise has to be 0-0, coming out in the second half, do your job, and continue to take it to them.
Paul, any idea what might be said in the Woburn locker room right about now?
Well, Rocky had the sweater half off as he was walking across the field. I think Rocky's going to give him quite a speech at halftime. I would look for the second half, though. I would look for more Gary Mallorise. He wasn't really a part of that offense for that first half. That has a lot to do with Burlington's defense. Burlington playing exceptionally well. But I would look for Coach Nelson to come back and really try to isolate Mallorise a little bit more, maybe some flare passes, get him one-on-one with the defensive back on a linebacker where he is dangerous. So I would look for a little bit more of that in the second half.
Well, those guys are the experts. Paul Stratty, Stephen McGuire have given their point of view. After one half of play from Varsity Field in Burlington, it's the Red Devils 16 and the Woburn Tanners nothing. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment.
We can tell our little brothers and sisters, do as I say, not as I do. But they won't listen. We can tell them not to smoke. But if we smoke, they will smoke. And in their minds, we'll be hypocrites. We can yell at them. We can tell them they're stupid if they smoke. We can tell them it'll make them sick. It'll make them stink. But they will do as we do. If we smoke, they will smoke.
We're back at Varsity Field in Burlington at halftime. The Red Devils lead the Tanners by a score of 16-0. My compadres are missing. Steve McGuire and Paul Stratty are somewhere amongst this great crowd here tonight on a beautiful fall night. I'm going to go through the scoring summary. First quarter, 7:39. Ryan Contreras, 40-yard touchdown pass from Steve Yavanian. Venus kick made it 7-0. Adam Lawrence with a big gain set up the next touchdown, a 1-yard plunge by Yavanian. Point after touchdown was missed, and with 9:27 left in the second quarter of play, the Red Devils led by a score of 13-0. And then with 4:47 left in the second half of play, Kevin Vina blasted a 27-yard field goal, and the Red Devils have a 16-0 lead. My experts have joined me.
Sorry, Dan.
Dan and Frank were down signing autographs into the crowd. Vina's going to kick off, but if you look at the top, we talk so much about emotion. Burlington's got a bunch. Woburn's got none.
Well, 0-0 right now, Dan. Burlington's got to have that philosophy going in. I know they do. Some of the things I believe they worked on at halftime is they're going to try to go after those defensive backs a little bit. We'll have to see how defense has got to set the tone right here, though, Dan.
Here's Venus kickoff now, coming down, squibs it along the ground, bounces between the legs of
It's a live ball.
It's picked up there by number 41, Matt Reese. Lots of room middle of the field, and he's brought down by number 15, Jack Diggins, and number 61, Peter Mohan. Halftime stat. I think the key one is Stephen Yavanian, 3 for 5, 106 yards, and a touchdown.
Yes. Good to see the throwing attack on the way up, Dan.
And the Red Devils will start on defense the second half. They'll start with Peter Mohan, 61, and number 84, John Whalen at the end. 77, Matt Gillis, 50, John Kemp with the tackles. Number 1, Luke Lemlin will be the nose tackle. 73, John Costantino will also be there. We'll get to the backs in a moment. On first down and 10, I formation. Behind Rin, back to pass, throws over the middle for Simpson. And that ball was tipped by number 48, Kyle Lawrence, and Simpson took a shot from number 20, Ryan Contreras.
I'll tell you, when these defensive backs play the way they can play, Dan, they're one of the best in the league. They break to the football and aggressively stick to the receiver. Good pattern, Just a 10-yard slant. Nice job by the quarterback.
Sherburne 51, 48, Lawrence 45, McGee, the linebackers, 8, Stebbins 20, Contreras, and 47, Yavanian. Is your secondary on second down and 10. Again, the I formation wide right. Here's a handoff to Matarese. Matarese gets grabbed there, but he spins forward for about 2 yards. Number 51, Matt Sherburne, down the bottom of the pile for the Red Devils.
Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
Big difference in this play. John Constantino just came in and is playing nose and is doing a super job the first couple of plays, stuffing up that middle, and it's forcing Malarese to go outside, where excellent pursuit by Burlington.
Nice job. I think Woburn just went with a blast that time. The play is designed with a fullback to take the close side linebacker, and Burlington scraped it and bounced it outside.
Third down and 8. We have to apologize to the yard markers on the far side of the field. I'll get to that in a minute. Here's Randy now back to pass, setting up the screen to number 5, Nathan Driscoll, and he's popped. Number 48, Kyle Lawrence.
Wow. What a great stick.
That was a major league stick.
Kyle Lawrence.
Wow.
5 foot 7 inches, 185 pounds worth of dynamite. Boom! He just banged Nathan Driscoll.
The best thing about it, too, Dan, is they had him lined up. He came right outside with him. All that play was they came out in the divide backfield, or back on the right. Both backs swung to the outside. It wasn't even, they didn't even pull any linemen or anything, and just tried to go with a sweep outside. And what a great stick by Kyle Lawrence.
Quickly, Woburn calls timeout. Coming up.
Woburn didn't have enough men out there on the field, Danny. Number 50 for Woburn is irate, screaming at one of the players on the sideline that he should have been out there, forcing him to take a timeout.
That's Brian Murray. He is an emotional, fiery type football player. I know him from the hockey rink as well. You know, the other thing, coming up at the end of the third quarter, we're going to have Bob Conceition up here to talk about the big win. The big win in town this past week, folks. The Burlington girls soccer team knocked off the #1 team in the nation. We're not talking state here. The Winchester Lady Sachems, the #1 team in the nation. And Bob's going to join us at the end of the third quarter of play. He's going to come in, and he's got about 3 minutes between quarters to just like spew his guts out here and tell us how great it was over on at Brush Memorial Field last Friday evening. Fourth down and about 8. Bob's just like amazed we've gone high tech here. The punter will be McInerney. He's about, he's 15 yards off the ball. Contreras is back deep. Lone setback.
Excellent snap.
McInerney gets this one away, end over end. It's going to bounce down towards Contreras, picks it up on the go, kind of bobbles it, goes to the hole! Super Roman gets out over midfield to the 49-yard line, and that's just the way things have gone for the Red Devils tonight.
Nice job. I'll tell you, he could have done one or two things. That ball was bouncing in the opposite direction. He took a risk and certainly paid off as the Red Devils get the ball inside the 50. A touchdown here, Dan, and I said it last year and I'll say it again, but the big red wave of momentum is going to start to take off if Burlington scores right here.
To show you how bad things were going, number 32 for Woburn actually threw a block to free Contreras on that. He took his own man out on the play.
And Davrio, the fullback, is a big boy when he hits you. First down and 10 now. So in that airplane formation. Here's the inside handoff. Contreras takes it to the outside. Running hard, steps up,
nice
and steps right into number 27, Matt O'Connor, who makes the stops for the Tanners.
Well, big thing, too, is that what Stebbins has to do in the receiver position is to break down and seal that guy off. He didn't really get a good angle on him. He went out kind of out of control, and they got no block in the corner, and the corner came up and made a great hit.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8. Here's a stat for you. I think if Rocky heard this one, he'll understand why he's losing 16 up. Gary Matarese at halftime, 6 carries, 16 yards. Once again, second down and 8. Wide left, Chen, wide right is Stebbins. In motion now is Mike Burnaby. Here's the inside handoff to Lawrence. Lawrence bounces off a couple of people, but doesn't bounce off number 74, big Eric Rennell. And even though his family ties, though, the Red Devils have done a nice job on Eric tonight.
Really, he's probably one of their best linemen out there, and he's really been contained tonight. He hasn't had a chance to get into the backfield. They've been kind of standing him up, beating him with these quick traps and quick pops, and Eric is a little bit off balance tonight.
Well, I've noticed, too, Dan, what Woburn is doing to the motion is the linebacker now is starting to kick down the end, and they're almost going to a 6-man front when Burlington motions because every time they've done that, they've counted away.
third down. Let's make it 5.
Middle of
I
the field.
formation now. Offset I. Fake to Contreras. Back
There
to
it is.
pass. Yvanian rolls out. Puts the ball under his arm. Heads to the sideline. And he's brought down there with a nice job by number 80 for the Tanners. That's Pat Andonian making the stop from his defensive end position.
Well, nice job by the defensive end to come up and fill. Also, the defensive backs did a much better job in terms of coverage. I mean, third down, you're probably looking for a play like that. But good decision not to throw the ball away either.
So on fourth down, number 84, John Whalen, the sophomore, will punt. Back deep is Matarese and number 22, Mike Ingalls.
Good snap.
Ball kicked away. It's not the prettiest punt in the world, but it's It's a nice ball, and the Red Devils have it.
Yes, first down.
Here he is again. Johnny on the spot.
Yes.
Incredible. I mean, just an incredible play.
I'm sorry. But what a great job, I'll tell you. Oh, flag down on the field here, Dan. Flag back.
Well, all right, let's watch the replay. Here's the punt. Let's see.
Roughing the kicker against Woburn.
Yeah, and there he is, number 45. Johnny on the spot for the Red Devils, Sean McGee.
Shawnee on the spot. I got it. Shawnee on the spot. Well, I'll tell you, that's it right there. There's the momentum that Burlington needed. And one of the big things that Burlington has, when there's a punt such as that, and it's bounceable or potential to hit somebody, Burlington yells poison, meaning poison is obviously a bad thing, so you get away from it. So.
There is so much excitement. Our headsets are just ringing off of our ears here. First down and 10 from the 16 for the Red Devils. I guess Sarah didn't get the... There she goes. On first down, now they're back to that airplane formation. Inside handoff, Lawrence steps into the right side of the line, drives through a couple of people, but doesn't drive through number 52, David Levine, the captain for the Tanners, who makes a stop. He picks up about 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. My apologies to the change crew over there. Boy, did I catch an earful. They're about 1.5 yards behind the ball in that one play, and it was the official's fault. The referee on the field had not set the ball and given their proper mark. So my whole heart goes out in a full apology to the change crew, and they ought to exonerate me for the comments I made to them at halftime. Make it second down and 7. Stebbins goes wide to the right. Same formation, double wing back, single set back is Lawrence, wide left is Chen. Here's the give to Contreras. Contreras now jumps over and he gets brought down there by number 52, David Levine, who's doing his best to keep the Tanners in the ball game.
Well, nice job in terms of defensive, Woburn defensive line penetrating. Well done by the defensive line to get across the ball and make a nice play.
Getting back to that big play, Danny. A very nonchalant play by the Woburn player there. Ball bounced off his legs, and he just kind of looked at it. Number 41, again, Malarese. Again, it's incredible.
So it's third down and 7. Wide right is Steven, wide left is Chen.
Look for the quick slant over the middle of the field here.
Calling signals is Yvanian. Turns, fakes, over the middle. Here's Contreras. Oh, did he catch it? He catches the ball, and he gets inside the 5 to the 4 yard line. I thought the same thing, Steve.
There you go.
Excellent call, Steve.
There you go.
Plus the fact that I thought he dropped the ball or something. The ball was a little bit behind him. He caught it. If he caught it in stride, baby, he's going in for the second one.
But again, if we see that play, and if you're looking at this, I don't think he could have put it anywhere else. I think if had he let him too much, he would have given the defensive back an opportunity to step up and pick it off. So nice job. The middle of the field's been open most of the night due to the fact that the safety is coming up very aggressively, almost too aggressively, Dan.
Well, let's go back to the first and goal from the 4 yard line. Lawrence will be the single setback, way out here, about 20 yards off the ball. Is Stebbins. Here's the inside handoff. Lawrence drives to the goal line. Gets down to about the 2 yard line, I would say, where he's stopped by a whole bunch of those white shirts. Down the bottom of the pile is number 8. That's Greg Andoni. I apologize, I had called him Pat earlier. So the ball's at the 2 yard line, second down and goal.
I would look here, Dan. I think potentially because Stevie Vane runs the ball so well, I would say to go with a fake. I think they're gonna. I would say fake, but tell him to keep it and not even to throw the ball. So I'd be interested to look for that play right there, Dan.
Second down and 2. Chen wide left. Wide right is Stebbins. Same formation we've seen all night. The Yvanian looks it over. Calling signals. Turns, fakes, holds up himself. There's the bootleg. He steps inside, drives for a touchdown.
Jesus, I think I'm connected.
This guy's good.
I think I'm connected to my brother tonight.
Like I said, Paul, you guys have made me look great up here tonight.
Man, I'll tell you, that's almost scary. That's scary.
We talked to the top of the telecast. I had
Wow.
my notes out at halftime. The Evanian goes over from 2 yards out. It's 22-0, and it's awfully quiet on the far side of the field.
Well, the reason that we mentioned that would be a great play to run is just because of the fact that he's such a good runner. We're going to take a look at it again. We mentioned the best thing to do is to make a fake and to not even attempt to throw the ball because you're so close to the goal line. One of the things that makes a play like this that we're about to see so aggressive is look how aggressive the Woburn defensive line is coming across the ball. They went for the fake. Evanian did a nice job to tuck the ball and get in, and I'll tell you something, Dan. 22-0 is certainly a big deficit, and Woburn being 1-5 certainly doesn't help right now. It's starting to accumulate, and Burlington's really taking it to him here tonight.
Burlington just called a timeout on that play. Sean seems to have the group here together going over something.
Well, I'll tell you what he's thinking. I talked to him briefly at halftime. Of course, you got to stay away from coaches at halftime. And I spoke to him briefly, and what he was thinking is that he knows Woburn was going to go for 2, down 16-0 if they scored a touchdown. So he might be thinking about going for 2 here and put Woburn 3 full touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions away. That's what he might be talking about here. Vana's block is out the middle of the field as you see all the happy Burlington fans. There's some smiles tonight in the crowd. Something that's been missing. You see Dave and Dan Hannafin there, former quarterbacks here at Red Devil Land, and Mr. Evanian's having himself not a bad night tonight for himself. So that's what they're thinking about here. See, Vana came out and got his block. He's sending the offense back out.
They go for 2,
So maybe I'm a little bit connected with the coach as well.
Dan, nice job, nice job.
3:38 left to go here in the third quarter, 22-0, and now the Red Devils are going to go for 2. And the reason to be to put them 3 full touchdowns and 3 full two-point conversions out. The Red Devils want the ball on the left hash mark.
Well, now I think, the way Woburn's defense has been so aggressive, my thought would be almost like a halfback throwback to the quarterback or some sort of
They're going
trickery.
to drag the tight end here. I formation behind Evanian. They're going to roll him out to the right and drag the tight end. Here's the fake.
There it is.
There he is.
Got him.
Throwing to the corner of the end zone for Will, and he got it.
What a catch.
Great call, great call, great call.
Guys are uncanny tonight.
And the Red Devils go up by a score of 24-0. Hey, now wait a
Well
second,
done,
now.
well done.
Give the big guys some credit here. My
Credit
job's
to
to call
Ben,
the play, not to
exactly.
predict them.
Well, here's the thing, too.
I'll tell you why. You know why?
Here we go. We're looking on the replay. One of the best things about that play is Burlington came out in an unbalanced line to the right side, which enabled the 2 end guys to be able to be eligible receivers. 84 was the second guy in. Did a great job
Wait a
releasing to
second.
the outside.
Here it comes. And now it starts. I don't mean to jump in here. There's a flag on the play. Let's see the referees now. Uh-oh, he's calling the captain out. I didn't see anything.
We were too busy jumping around here on that conversion to see what went on, but
See, Paul, you've heard us talk about what goes on up here in the press box. This is an example of it. We have fun up here.
Here's the thing, though, too. If there's a penalty against Woburn, it's assessed on the kickoff. If it's accepted. So, I mean, either way, Burlington's really not.
The flag, listen, here's what happened. I have it because, you know something? I was zoom right down the field, had Sean talking to the officials perfectly.
Personal
it's a
foul.
personal foul against Woburn.
offsetting.
Well, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing. Why not? I mean,
And now you see the same formation, something else may happen. Well, what's happened? Well, wait a second. Let's see what the officials do here. Personal foul against Woburn. Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm confused. I'm a little confused here.
if it's just a personal foul against Woburn,
There's no reason to be out here. Take
That's
the
right.
points, go back upfield.
I thought he said offsetting penalties, though.
I thought he did too, but now Sean is also talking half the distance to the goal. I don't understand what happened here. We'll see if we can get a ruling from down the field. It's, 2-point conversion all over again. It looks to be about the 4-yard line rather than 2.5. So here's the inside handoff. Evanian rolls out on the fake, holding it, throws it.
Got him! Still got him!
2-point conversion, and the sophomore John Whalen loses his first 2 varsity points, but knowing what they expect out of Whalen, he's going to score a few more in his
Certainly,
career.
Dan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice job. Again, all it was, good play fake, and one of the best things, here's a look at it. Best thing about this play is that Yvanian kept the ball as long as he possibly could have to let the receiver open up. So well done by Yvanian, and an excellent job by the offensive line for the Red Devils to in terms of keeping, contained and everything else. Dan, we're taking it to him.
Yeah, and you know something, whatever Rocky said between first half and the second half, I don't think they're sunk in yet over on the white and orange side of the field. Wow. As you would say, wow.
Wow.
So the Red Devils come back out, they kick and stand. Look at it, they want to be on the field now. They run out to the field. There's Sean McGuire. I know he was a little bit concerned, but nonetheless, he has them 3 full touchdowns and 3 extra points. The 2-point conversion types down. Woburn has to score at least 3 times, and if they're unsuccessful on any of those extra points, they have to score a 4th.
Well done, Dan. Well done.
Impressive.
I'm having fun tonight, can you tell? I mean, it all started walking down Main Street with my Burlington Red Devils jacket on today for the Woburn Lions Day Parade, which was a spectacular event, and we had some fun. Here's Vina. He'll toe it up. Kicks the ball now. Oh, the left side. So they try to move Matarese over.
Good thought.
Matarese gets it at the 13, 15, 20. Dances left, dances right.
Oh! What a hit!
Kyle Lawrence again. Barry Melrose. A super hit.
Oh, boy.
He's looking for the truck that just hit him.
Wow.
What a hit.
Wow.
7-inch, 185 pounds of fully compact Kyle Lawrence just leveled.
Love those small guys, Danny. You gotta love
What
those
a
small
great
guys.
hit. That's the second great pop he's had tonight. Well done. Extremely well done.
Wow.
Best thing about that, too, is he broke down and really made a great, solid hit.
To the credit of Matarese, he's up and looking for the ball, first down and 10. Inside handoff, big hit by Sherburne. 45, Sean McGee comes in and helps to finish off number 5, Nathan Driscoll. As he gains about 2, it'll be second down and make it 8.
Dan, let me say one thing about Matt Sherburne. I was able to go to a practice about 2 weeks ago and to watch him. He moves extremely well on his feet. He's physically a very big kid. He enjoys to hit, and this young man is going to be a heck of a linebacker. He's doing a great job this year, but look for some big-time things out of him next season as well.
He's been a tackler, he's been an end, and he's found his home in the middle of the field for the Red Devils. Here's Matarese, right side, bangs out, but 73, John Costantino. You talked about Costantino, Paul. He may have been the difference in the second half of the second quarter and now the early part of the third quarter.
I really believe it, Danny. He's really plugging that hole up the middle now. Woburn was taking advantage of it before with when Luke Lemon was in there, the smaller player. John, a much bigger, heavier player, is just plugging that hole up and taking it away from Woburn.
2:25 left, the third quarter of play. From Varsity Field, 24-0. The Red Devils lead the Tanners. Pressure, make it third down and 8. Here's Reardon, back to pass. Here comes the blitz.
Nice job!
No, 77. Matt Gillis.
What a great play.
Stop.
We haven't mentioned Matt Gillis' name too much tonight, but he has been in probably one of the best
thing
linemen.
about that, too, is he was so low. He flew in, and he just got his leg, but he came in so low. That's the one thing that I'll tell you, we talked about at the beginning of the game in terms of Woburn being bigger. If you play lower, you beat the big guy.
Low
man wins.
Low man wins, Steven says. It's kind of like not like a poker hand anyways.
No.
Anyways, fourth down, McInerney comes back in to punt for the Tanners. Matt Gillis, one of the seniors who has stepped it up. Now, I know you've got some guests here, Steven. I'm going to let you talk to them.
Certainly.
As soon as we have this punt up. McInerney now punt is number... Contreras runs up. Get away from it, Ryan. Oh, he paid the price there. Number 32 for the Tanners is Rob Dabrio. He drilled Contreras. He tried to field that ball, and you want to do some talking, so I'm going to let you take over here.
Okay, Dan, we're joined this evening by the 2 Hannafin brothers. Both guys have played in this Woburn game. What's our feeling here, men? Taking it to them, 24-0.
Nice surprise. It's about time.
Nice. That's it, Dan. That's my interview. Here, you lead it better. You lead it better than I do.
Well, we're going to get to that in just a second. First down and 10 as we have Dan Hannafin as well. It's probably a little more famous as Burlington football range goes, Dave. Here's Lawrence right side. Number 50 for the Tanners. Brian Murray tries to hog tie him and grab him, but can't do so. And nonetheless, I'm going to take Stevens' mic away and bring Dan Hannafin in here. I know, Dan, you speak a little less, but nonetheless, BU, how'd they do yesterday? Tough game for you, the Terriers.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. We were playing in monsoon conditions. But, yeah, we come out of it with a loss again.
But nonetheless, Dan Hannafin was successful, I understand, catching a pass.
Yeah, I caught a pass. It was, I believe it was 17 yards or something like that.
Not that you know, but how many passes have you caught this season?
I think it's about 8. I think 8 is the total.
So we're back to second down and 5 from the 43-yard line. Yvanian looks it over. Fake, here's the inside hand up to Mike Burnaby. Burnaby bounces off of one as the Woburn Tanners try to ball tackle there. And he dives forward inside the 42, about the 38-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down. Oh, wait a second.
They did tackle it, Danny. They got the ball. Woburn took it right out of his hands.
Number 52, Dave Levine, comes up from the bottom of the pile with the ball. But nonetheless, that doesn't affect Burlington any. I know I took your mic.
No, it's okay. Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that Burlington works on is something called a quick change. And when they lose the ball, an interception or a fumble, they still come out very aggressively to be excited to play defense.
So Dan, one thing we have to ask you: how's the switch from quarterback to wide receiver been?
At first it was a little, I wasn't sure about it, but it's great now. I'm getting to touch the field where normally, if I was at quarterback, I wouldn't be playing right now because of Foley.
And how has Foley done?
He's done really well. He's a great quarterback, and he hasn't done that great the last couple weeks with the rain conditions. He's not real great in the rain. But he's doing well, and he'll come back for the next 3 games and hopefully lead us through a 0-3 season from now on.
On first down and 10, Reardon's pass was incomplete for John Simpson, number 42. David, anything you want to add to this?
Not really. I agree with what Danny said. Foley's done a great job, and I'm proud of Danny. He's done really well. They got a good core of receivers, so it's a tough year this year, but next year you can look for BU to come back. They'll have a strong season.
Quick question. When was the last time Burlington beat Woburn?
Burlington beat Woburn back in 84 graduates, 1983.
So anyway, second down and 10. We're back with the normal crew here. I'm going to pin Steve's. Actually, I'm going to leave the microphone off for a second. Reardon now sets up the screen to Matarese, flying through there, missing it. Matarese has some green in front of him. He gets inside the 40-35, one man to beat, and Contreras grabs him along with number 45, Sean McGee. Great play by Sean McGee.
Okay, that's what we've been looking for, Dan, the whole game here, to kind of free up Malarese on a little screen pass out on the outside here. Let him go one-on-one with the linebacker or defensive back and have him do his thing when he gets out there. Excellent run.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the big things that set that up, too, is the left corner, whoever that was for Burlington, came up too out of control to make the play. And as soon as Matarese caught the ball, he was by him, and the corner came in, left his feet. And as soon as you leave your feet like that, you know, you're not going to be able to make the tackle.
Well, we've got 4 seconds left, and Woburn has taken a timeout, and we're actually joined by the star of the week. You can't figure out how to put the headset on. There he goes. Not bad for a coach. We have the star of the week joining us now, and this is going to be interesting until the 4th quarter starts and the last play by Woburn. But Bob Conceition joins us. Geez, you guys had a whole lot of fun over at Brush Field last Friday night, didn't you?
It was an unbelievable night, Danny. It was, I don't have much of a voice left from that night. It was just an exciting night at Brush Field. It was the kickoff of homecoming weekend and just a great upset victory.
All right, Bob, we're going to hold your thoughts for 1 second. We have the last play of the 3rd quarter coming up. There's 4 seconds left. The ball is at the Burlington 25-yard line, first down and 10. Here's Reardon back to pass.
Screen.
Here's a screen set up. Throwing over to Matarese, and it's incomplete. Defending on the play was number 48, Kyle Lawrence. Now the scoreboard clock throws no time. We'll have to wait. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play.
I'll tell you what they're going to try to do, Dan. Matarese being your best ball carrier, you want to get him the ball passing or running-wise. So look for that in the 4th quarter as we get going.
End of 3 from Varsity Field. Burlington 24, scoring on a 2-yard touchdown by Stephen Yvani, and Ryan Contreras catches a 2-point conversion. They lead 24-0. But let's get back to Bob Conceition. The Lady Devils soccer. He's got his proud coaching jacket on tonight. You beat Winchester 1-0. They are the #1 team in the nation. That must have set up some real fun stuff afterwards.
It was an unbelievable celebration. There was a great crowd there. It was a nice night, and it was just, everything was perfect. It was just a tremendous victory for our team and our program.
Let's go through the game. You got outshot 20-2.
Right.
Okay, so you had to have some really good play from your defensive, your halfbacks and your fullbacks.
Absolutely.
And also your goaltender.
We had, they beat us 4-0 the first time. Going into the game, they had scored 70 goals and given up 3. We put a defensive formation in, hung in the game in the first half, had a good opportunity in the first half. Second half, they came at us with everything, and Stacey Ott was unbelievable in the goal. But, you know, Danny, it was like, when you talk about a team effort, it was 18 people. Everybody participated, everybody worked hard, and they executed a game plan to perfection.
I told you at 3 minutes we're going to make it 6. Stay with us. 2nd down and 10. In motion now is Driscoll to the left. Reardon now straight back to pass. Looking, here's a middle screen to Matarese. He's got 4 blockers in front of him. There's a flag on the play. Jumps over 1, jumps over 2. He drives to the goal line, and he's finally brought down by number 84, John Whalen. But there is a flag on the play.
Well, I'll tell you, like we just talked about, they're going to try to do that, try to get the ball into Matarese's hands as much as possible. One of the big things, too, about the middle screen, Dan, the defensive linemen need to be able to smell that out. If they're able to make penetration that quickly, they know something's different, something's wrong. They're going to do something that's not usual. So I'm sure the defense is going to be talked to about that. No flag.
He caught it! Sean is yelling at the official that he caught it over the line.
Oh, come on!
Now, see, that was an ineligible man downfield. As we first down and 10 for the Tanners at the 1. Bob, let's go back to the goal now. You scored a minute and 2 seconds left. How did the play develop?
Well, we had only had the ball over the 50 a couple of times. Maybe you want to call this last play,
Go ahead. First and goal now from the 3-yard line. Backs are split now behind Reardon. Reardon turns inside handoff to Matarese. He bounces forward to the 1-yard line when number 50, John Kemper, makes the stop. Go.
The ball came up the left wing. We get it over the 50, and the crowd went wild because we had the ball over the 50, and there was 2 minutes to go in the game. It came down the left, and one of our players, I still don't know who it was, but sent it across the middle, and the goalie went down to cover the ball. She caught it, bobbled it, and tried to get it again, and she hit it again, and Stephanie Collin was right there. She turned and hit it into the open net. It was incredible. It was incredible. It was only the 3rd time we had the ball up in that area in the whole second half.
But it was the only time that mattered.
Right. That's what everybody says about the shots. They don't matter.
2nd down and 2. Offset eye now to the left. Reardon goes back to pass. Here comes Whalen. Whalen grabs him. Down. He's back at the 13-yard line, and John Whalen came from the right side. Reardon never saw him. So, Bob, anyway, what do you do from here now?
Well, we're hoping that's going to set us into the tournament in good stead. We have Lexington tomorrow, and then we'll be in the tournament by the end of this week. And, you know, obviously a win over that team, the kids got to be flying as far as their confidence goes, and I think they'll do a good job in the tournament.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you and your Lady Devils. Good luck in the tournament coming up. You certainly started homecoming weekend off well.
And I also told my brother-in-law, Sean, that he's going to finish it today, and he seams to be doing that. Thanks,
Great.
Danny.
Thanks, Bobby. Take care, and good luck in the tournament.
Thanks, Steve.
Right,
nice
no
to see you.
Steve wants a meal, by the way, Bobby. 3rd down at the 13-yard line, and geez, you know, let's just kind of bring the confusion out here. Wow. There's excitement. There's emotion. This place is hopping. This has been a lot of fun, hasn't it, guys?
Certainly, Dan. Yes.
Paul, the difference now in the 3rd quarter, Woburn has found Gary Matarese.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken him almost 3 quarters to find him, but he seems to be the key right now, Dan, and I would look for him again. I mean, they've gotten down this far with him. I look for him some type of screen pass, some type of quick slant or something like that. Get the ball in his hands.
Come on now!
You hear Sean in a headset. That's a boom mic down the field. You know, Sean was talking to the officials. He told the officials that he was over the line of scrimmage when he caught the ball. Thus, it should have been an ineligible man downfield. Now, what happened was the first guy called it. The second guy called him off on the play.
Right.
And the reason is Sean said, I told you that before the game. So, you know, the scouting department, Bob Macaluso, Sean Driscoll, Chris Brooks, and all the guys who go on the scouting trips brought back some good information on Woburn because they were primed for that play there.
Yeah, certainly. Well, I'll tell you, the middle screen is a very good football play. I would think one of 2 things. They're going to go with their horse, or they're going to play fake to him and go somewhere else. We'll have to see what they do here, Dan.
Third down, 13. Wide to the left goes Simpson, wide right goes number 12.
Shotgun, Dan.
Shotgun formation.
I'd say a draw to Matarese here.
Here's Matarese in motion. Back to pass. Looking. Matarese tries to get out. Rian throws over the middle. It's complete.
It's intercepted.
Touchdown. Number 80, Greg Andonian, covered the ball. He was in a wrestling match with Kyle Lawrence, and he makes the catch for a touchdown.
Exactly. I thought Kyle had the ball there for a second, but Woburn receiver took it right out of his hands and carried it in.
We'll have to get a look at it, Dan.
Yeah, Sean has a good point. Watch Matarese move. Let's see if we have it in the replay. Sean's trying to tell the officials that Matarese went 2 steps before the play. I said something before the snap because he was moving. The question was, which way did he go?
That's right. I don't believe he was moving forward, Dan. I mean, lateral. I believe he went forward with 2 steps.
Let's see if we have it from the start. See?
All right, let's see. Matarese is there.
Ready? Here we go.
He can't be moving.
1.
Oh,
that's close.
Real close.
That's the old cheat step. Here it is. Andonian makes the grab right there and into the end zone. So Woburn's going to go for 2 from the left hash mark. 9 formation. Dabrio in front. Here's back to pass. Here comes Whalen. Here's the rush. Throws. It's up, and it's incomplete as he overthrew Andonian. And now the Woburn Tanners coaching staff coming off the sideline looking for a flag.
Yeah, they're looking for a little interference call on that, but no flag on the play.
8:04 left here, 4th quarter, as the teams head back upfield at Varsity Field. Woburn Tanners on the board. The Red Devils lead 24-6.
Go,